The sole barrier between me and my happiness and my effortless success is me. And in like fashion, the sole barrier between you and your happiness and success is you. Henry Ford, many years ago obviously, said that if you think you can do something or you think you cannot do something, you're right. And you'll always be right. What's going on in our heads, in my head, stops me from doing all the things that I need to do to the very best of my ability to get all the things that my heart truly desires. It doesn't matter what is going on in the outside world. Economic circumstances, from a business perspective, don't matter. The business climate, the confidence of others and the sentiment of others in the marketplace at the moment doesn't matter. Indeed, whether other people really want what I'm trying to sell or not doesn't matter either. How many times have both you and I bought things that we didn't really want or need? That's from a business point of view. From a personal point of view, from the perspective of wonderful relationships, from the perspective of bringing up and giving to our children and enabling them be wonderful human beings too. The only thing that stands between me and that kind of effortless happiness and success is what's going on in my own head. What's going on in my own head if I don't do something about it every single day is that stuff comes in to me from my five senses or via my five senses. And in order for me to make sense of that stuff that's coming in from the outside world, I add my stored knowledge. I add my own perspective on things. And therefore I put my own spin on things. I cognize what's coming in and then recognize it or recognize it for what I think it is. Now, as you know from other videos on this website, my stored knowledge was learned during my formative years and is therefore, in my case, at the very least, 4 decades out of date, at the very least. How can I make sense of what's going on today on the basis of stuff that is so outdated? The answer is I do my damn best to use that to make sense of what's going on, and consequently, I become the barrier to my happiness and success, because my happiness and success depends on what I do now to get to where I want to go, related to what is actually happening now, not what I think is happening now. Note I've said it's what I actually do now, not what I react to. In the ordinary course of ordinary everyday life, we react to what we think is going on. We never act. In order for me to do what I need to do to the best of my ability to get what I want to achieve, then I need to overcome that single barrier, that only barrier to my happiness and success. It isn't me, of course, that is the barrier. It is who I think I am, my personality, which is, I suppose, the sum total in terms of my own self-expression of that stored knowledge that I mentioned a few minutes ago. It's my personality that stands in the way. Indeed, it is the personality that stands in the way of all things good in life, and all things good between people and within people. Therefore, you need to step aside. You need to ensure that your personality is gently nudged out of the spotlight, gently moved into the wings off centre stage. We do that, as we know, by learning to pay attention to what's going on, and in the process there being less and less of our attention available to pay to the personality, the stored knowledge that stands in our way. The more we invest in developing our ability to pay attention to the here and now, the less and less role my personality plays in my life. The barrier fades away. Then all that is left is effortless living, happiness and success.